Jeez, man. God damn. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Friday afternoon? Hope everybody's having a good one so far. I hope everybody's having a good day. They had a good morning. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are still at work, but it's a couple of topics that I want to get into today. Prime example. First of all, this whole freaking hate crime, that freaking man, for real, if Jussie Smollett just pretty much killed this whole real victims of hate crimes with this whole thing. I want to talk about that. Then apparently some talk about Fresh and Fit, that apparently these quote unquote alpha males out here just trying to kill channels that's more smaller than them. For real, how can you be a alpha male, but then you try to cancel the smaller guys because they talk about you. Okay, prime example. Let me go. Okay, let me just go ahead and pull this up from Aber and Priest. And first of all, shout out to Aber Priest for pointing this out in the first place, because what Aber and Priest is doing, man, these idiots cannot call themselves alpha. They really can't. They can't call themselves alpha at all. If they let me just go ahead and just why does it sound like this? Yeah, why does it sound? Call themselves alpha. They really can't. They can't call themselves alpha at all. If they work, but let me just go ahead and just why does it sound like this? Boy, I don't like that at all. Yeah, why does it sound? Call themselves alpha. They really can't. They can't call themselves alpha at all. If they work, but why does it sound like this? Okay, this does not sound good. I don't like that static one bit. Boy, I don't like that at all. Yeah, why does it sound? I do not like the fact that sounds like that. Why is it coming out like? Why does it sound out static and all that stuff? I don't like that one bit. Okay, what the hell? I do not like the fact that sounds like that. Hold on a second. Let me try. Why is it coming out like? Let me try to fix this up a bit before I try to move on from this thing. Cause this should not be sounding like this at all. Why does it sound like this? Okay, what the hell? Okay. Let me try to fix this up a bit before I try to move on from this thing. What line? Sorry about this, everyone. I'm trying to find out why in the hell my freaking sound is coming out. It's coming out like all staticky and junk. Because that ain't happened before. Yeah, I'm trying to find out why it's coming out like all staticky. Because I don't like that one bit. Sorry about this, everyone. I'm trying to find out why in the hell my freaking sound is coming out. It's coming out like all staticky and junk. Because that ain't happened before. Yeah, I'm trying to find out why it's coming out like all staticky. Because I don't like that one bit. Ah, Jesus. Sorry about this, everyone. I'm trying to find out why in the hell my freaking sound is coming out. It's coming out like all. Okay, let's try this. See if this'll help. Yeah. Did that do it? Hold up. Was that it? Was that it that did it? Was that it? Okay, let's try this. See if this'll help. Yeah. Okay, guys, I just bought a freaking Elgato can catcher card and wait, that was it? Do it. Hold up. That was it. Oh my God, that was freaking it. Jesus Christ. That did it. Was that it? Okay, let's try this. See if this'll help. It sounds like that was it. I just bought a freaking Elgato can catcher card and yep, that was it. Wait, that was it, dude. Boy, oh my God, I was freaking tripping. My bad, y'all, for that little display, man. I had to stop that freaking static that was coming through my freaking laptop. I was wondering what was going on. Okay, so to go ahead and get on with the show, people. Let's go ahead and get on with this story about this whole fresh and fit. What can I say? What can I say about these guys? Like, for real, these guys fresh and fit. These guys are doing the absolute freaking most. Like, how can you say that you are alpha males, but then when somebody reacts to your video or they call you out on some of your videos, you want to use like every freaking every trick in the book to try to get those freaking those people can. Okay, so I'm just going and open that for a bit. Then let me go ahead and go to fresh and fit to see what the hell they got going on, because a lot of people are calling these guys out. Yeah. So apparently, Fresh and Fit are really trying to get people's channels taken down because due to the fact that they're making content off of them. But it's called fair use. It's called being a content creator. You freaking idiots. First, okay, let's go ahead.
Fresh and Fit decided to hit us with dozens of copyright claims. We saw this was probably going to end up coming, and honestly, not upset about it at all. They apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to Preach Significant Other. And then afterwards, recently, they decided to copyright claim the video that we did in response to their apology. So imagine being like, yo, we fuck up, we take accountability.
What's up, Outback?
We're sorry. Okay. Yeah. We're like, oh, this is how we feel about your apology. Copyright claim. So we received all the claims. As you guys can go look through our YouTube videos. The videos are still there, and we'll get to why that is later. They feel like they're in the right in doing so. So I'm going to play a clip from their channel, which again, they might copyright claim, but I'm still going to play it so you guys can get the full context.
and before I proceed with this, shout out to Aber and Preach for being a big channel with over a million subscribers. You know, trying to defend the smaller channels out there because freaking Fresh and Fit, these two freaking alpha males that they claim that they are, they being straight fucking beta bitches right now.
Because I could explain it myself, but I don't want to.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're back. You know what I'm saying? The haters tried to kill us. Over 30 plus YouTube channels made videos like slandering our name, whatever it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences to actions, bro.
Here's the thing. For somebody that's so damn alpha, what is this? What an alpha male does? Hey man, y'all tried to. Hey man, y'all. Even though we talked about other people and other channels, you can't talk about us. Jesus Christ, what a bunch of freaking punk asses.
Y'all are not gonna be able to run around and drag our name in the mud with, you know, falsely without some kind of recourse, bro. Like, that's just not.
And these are alpha males.
Not the way the world works.
And just because your reality is ours doesn't mean that we're wrong. Like, we live this lifestyle. This is who we are.
Yeah,
bro.
So, hey, man, you
know what it is, bro? Someone are mad that they can't do what we do. That's what it really is, man.
Yeah.
Right now they can't do what they do right now because right now you guys are trying to destroy their livelihoods because people really take YouTube as a full-time job and all that stuff. And the fact that there are people like Fresh and Fit, like their podcast, they are trying to take out people that are smaller because they pointed out some things that Fresh and Fit are doing wrong. Yes, that's called being beta. Yes, I did see that video from Project Veritas. I was gonna check on that later, but I want to do this first.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to toot our own horn, but think about it, bro. Monday, we talked to you guys about making money, right? We brought Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, you know what I'm saying? Critically acclaimed authors, guys that are multimillionaires, billionaires on the show, teach you how to make money. Wednesdays, we talk about dating, right?
You know what kills me about these guys? They always talk about, yeah, we're making men's lives so much better. Our channel's about doing all this stuff. If you go look at the views on their videos, none of them are on the videos where they're supposedly helping men. None of the men are tuning in for financial advice. The men are not tuning in for fitness advice. They're not tuning for none of that. You know what they tune in for? Women getting dunked on. Bimbos getting kicked out. So I think this whole like disingenuous thing where you're like, we're helping men get better. I mean, I'm sure there's a small section of men who are appreciative. Your brain is built on dunking on women with these supposed facts that you have. And it's okay. It's okay, but it's a bit of a lie. That's like saying McDonald's is known for their salads. It's like, bruv, yes, we know you offer it, but motherfucker, give me a double cheeseburger and get on it pronto. And you know what kills me about these guys is that they're going to sit there and talk about like, no, you can't react to our stuff. It's ours. Go on their channel. And
Bro, here's the thing. Aber, if Fresh and Fit is really like that, man, then yeah, the smaller channels should really like go to the YouTube HQ and say like, yo, this one specific channel is abusing the copyright system because we are trying to make content from what they say. We're trying to point out some things that they say that are wrong, but apparently they want to take the freaking YouTube algorithm, the YouTube copyright system, which again is really freaking flawed. It's crap. Same thing. The copyright system is crap. The algorithm is crap because people can barely get past freaking 50,000 views if they got 200,000 subscribers. This is the algorithm that's doing that. It's not because people's content are not bad or people are not trying to tune in. It's because the freaking algorithm is so damn horrendous and YouTube needs to fix that people can barely get the views that they are looking for.
they react to other people's content all the time without asking them for permission before.
Yep. Here we are to kick off the Hood Olympics 2021.
So
really, RDC World. Oh man, I gotta see that. I gotta see the freaking Video Game House 5 because the new Sonic trailer just came out and Knuckles is in that motherfucker. I gotta see that shit.
let's continue on. Getting up easily from that. Finally found it. I was with Fresh talking about some other stuff. And this talks about public transportation.
Oh, this scene right here comes from the first game that they played, which is red light, green light. We all know this game.
We're gonna play some
clips, I guess, here from
We have
Instagram.
5 clips.
This guy, we're gonna play 5 clips and get a reaction from
So,
the group.
ladies, we want your honest reaction to these videos, and don't hold back, okay?
We're gonna react to the second clip here. Guys, we're gonna play the video from World Star, and this video went viral on TikTok just to give you guys a little bit of a background.
Hey man, I fuck with fucking Abba and Preach. I fuck with those guys for real. Those guys are saying, hey man, if you want to come at us, we gonna come at your back. I respect it. I respect the hell out of that shit.
This guy came on and talked about how he got divorced raped. We're gonna play the entire video and react to it.
So this idea that you guys think you can react to other people's content without permission and that that's perfectly safe, but that others doing that to you is somehow completely different, blows my mind. But again, I'm not mad at you guys doing it because guess what? That's fair use. In the same token, what we do is fair use. Now you may
Okay, yes, I completely agree. The whole fair use system, apparently, it's okay for Fresh and Fit to use some other people's content, but because they got them big, but since these smaller channels are doing it, they say no, you can't be doing that. Like, bro, I hate freaking people like freaking Fresh and Fit. These goddamn fake alpha type people that say, yo man, we get all these girls, we got all this money. But then if you actually look at more videos from Abba and Preach, you will see like, yo, a lot of these girls that Fresh and Fit brought onto the show, they proposed to, they just took him out on the street and said, yo, if you want to be my podcast, you gotta fuck me first. Is that bro? That is not a very good practice, a good business move, man. That's not good for your business. And then when freaking Fresh and Fit talked shit about Preach's wife and Haiti, they lost subscribers. But then they gave this freaking BS apologizing to their fans when I don't know if they actually apologized to Preach. Is that alpha shit, or is that being beta male bitches?
may disagree. Get your lawyers involved. We'll see what happens through the YouTube appeals process. But it's clear to me that these guys are butthurt, that they're tired of getting exposed, even though they're really the ones exposing themselves. Your boy Academics put you on blast. And because they're so butthurt, right, and they're getting tired of being called out, this is the approach they're taking.
But the reason why they're mad is that we're not going to give you guys the oxygen and talk shit about you and say your name. What we're going to do is we're going to go behind the scenes, get the legal people to do it for us, and then they're going to hit you guys where it really hurts your pockets, okay? You make a hit piece on us, we're going to hit you back, but legally. We're not going to give you guys the oxygen and talk about you and say your name and give you the clout that you want. We're going to hit you where it hurts, all right? Make videos on us. There's consequences to it. You know what I'm saying? Many big YouTube channels do this. If you use their stuff and copyright, they're going to hit you with a strike.
Okay, so that's a big lie that he tells. Many YouTube channels, listen, we cover Jubilee all the time. They're far larger than you guys, far larger than us. We cover a bunch of large YouTubers, and they do not do what you are describing. People
because they don't need to. They want people to watch their content. Isn't that how it should be? Especially with Fresh and Fit, they want people to watch them. They want to be promoted. But then when they look at like smaller channels that don't know Fresh and Fit, and they giving Fresh and Fit recognition, some attention for more people to look at them, they shooting themselves in their own damn foot, man. This whole Fresh and Fit twin sisters thing they got going on, man, is freaking horrendous. It really is.
Keep bringing up Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels strikes down people who use his entire stream. Fair use, I think, is very confusing to people because they don't really understand it. In the commentary community, for example, it is considered fair use to use other people's work, provided that you meet a certain set of criteria. It's not always black and white, but let me explain. If you grab a clip and then add commentary surrounding it, the work becomes transformative. It is not a substitute for said product because of the fact that you are creating something unique through your commentary and through your own individual brand. That is what fair use is. It's kind of like when Weird Al Yankovic was covering a bunch of Michael Jackson songs, taking the exact same beat but using his own lyrics as a parody. Parody is considered fair use. It's transformative, therefore it's fine. This has been handled in court already by H3H3 in the previous case, which you guys can go check out in the description below. But yes, you guys can use other people's content provided you transform it.
That right there. Again, this whole freaking Fresh and Fit thing, man. This thing is really fucking aggravating. The fact bro, these guys are always the fucking loudest. They are always loudest, man. These guys are complete frauds, man. They frauds. They talk about, hey man, I got all these women, I got all this money. Who fucking cares for real? Who cares? Bro, you are just making yourself look bad when you are trying to take down people who are smaller than you, or who critique you or criticize you, because there are some points in your videos. Here's the thing. I don't watch Fresh and Fit, okay? I think they're idiots. Just from some of the clips or videos that Abba and Priest did, I think they're freaking idiots, okay? And the fact that they are taking down other like smaller channels because they criticize them. Here's the thing. If you can't handle criticism, man, get the fuck off the damn internet. The internet's a big place. If you can't handle people talk about you or criticize you or point out some things that you are saying that's wrong, please do us all a favor and get the fuck off YouTube. Go do your own thing. But if you're gonna come out and do this whole fucking, I don't like what you're saying thing because I don't like how you point some things out about what I said, then that just makes you look bad, man. For real, you can't be claiming that you are a high class alpha, and then you do some petty beta male bullshit like this, man. For real, these fucking idiots, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to get that out of my chest. Like, I just want to get that out there, like, for real, because these fucking idiots. These fucking idiots are off the wall. I can't stand these mofos. Okay, so now that I got that out of my system, man, let me just go ahead and just continue with this freaking video. Continue with this video, man, because this freaking what was that mofo's name? That Arizona guy that was apparently trying to run for freaking Senate or governor or something like that. What was his name? I forgot. GOP candidate Alex Stovall. I think that's his name. Let me go and put that up. Yeah, Alex Stovall. Okay. Yeah. So this is the video that everybody's bragging about. Sorry, not that one. It's gotta be this one. Yep, there we go. Here we go. Let's go and watch this video.
The stuff that they're doing, it should be criminal, and they should all be thrown in prison. They want to vote for me just so they can say that they elected the youngest black Republican in American history.
Meet Alex Stovall, Arizona Republican candidate for U.S. Congress. An insider within his campaign brought us comments many of his voters and those in the Republican Party will find troubling.
Yes.
Yeah.
The McCarthys, the Cawthorns, the whole audit bullcrap thing that they're doing, it's just another way for them to funnel money for the American people. You know how much money they've raised from this audit? Over $10 million.
I try and tell people the audit is paramount. Once the audit is done and truth will come to light, we can make those corrections and make sure it never happens again.
So what are your thoughts on the election then? Do you think that Trump won?
No. Do I think there was fraud? Yes.
Okay.
But not enough to overturn the election. But I'm not going to broadcast that everywhere.
We need guys that are going to, or girls, to implement policies and bills that are going to make America stronger. Continue what...
Okay, man. Bro, for real. This whole, hey, man, people need to stop this whole 2020 thing, man. It was questionable. That's what I'm gonna say. It was questionable, okay? But the left had the culture on their side. Trump tried his best to reach out to like the black community, but you had these other freaking GOP senators that didn't want to do that. Trump was the only one that was trying to reach out. So when you had so all things didn't point out that Trump could have won, but when you have the power of the culture on your side, like the education system, the rap music, hip hop, and all that stuff. When you have all that on your side, you are going to get the majority of the votes. That's what it comes down to, and that's what's wrong with the freaking GOP. They do not want to reach out to these other communities. They only want to talk about just a small bit of things from the small bit of freaking Democrat policies that hurts us, but they don't want to point out anything else. They just like, hey man, vote for me. Vote for me because these guys' policies hurt y'all. If that's the only thing that y'all gotta say about freaking the Democrats, then there's no way in hell you're gonna win because y'all need to actually go out there and reach out to the communities. That's the main problem that a lot of GOPers are not seeing. You have to reach out to these people that you want votes for. You gotta say you want more black votes. You say you want more Latino votes. Go to places like St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, like Delaware, like the places where the problems in the black community are most well known for. Go to those places. These guys need to do that. They need to actually start going out there and talk to people. If you just let the freaking left talk to them with the whole hip hop education and all that stuff, then you guys are not helping out your own damn problem. You guys are not helping out at all. Actually, reach out to the people.
Trump started.
Maria P, educated one. What's going on with y'all?
It doesn't matter what your policies are; they just care about that.
Yep. That's everybody. Do you really think people care about policies?
Yes, they do. People do care about policies. That's how places like Chicago and St. Louis are shitholes right now because of bad policies.
Now, what I say in my own campaign is different. Granted, I don't want to seem arrogant. That's why I listen to what my counsel tells me. That's when they say go get an endorsement from somebody, I say, all right, cool.
More than likely he'll endorse me, but I'm not going to publicly advertise it.
No, I don't have respect for Candace Owens anymore. Will I take her donation and take her donors? Absolutely, but it goes no further than that.
Bro, that's grimy. That is grade A fucking grimy. Bro. Hey man, I don't like Candace Owens, but I'm gonna go ahead and take her money though. There's some things I don't agree with Candace Owens on, but she is a well known figure, especially when it comes to the GOP. God damn.
Yeah.
I would never invite her to a Christmas party.
You don't win Arizona by being super right Republican. You never show all your cards, right? Yes, I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to beat on my big old monkey chest running around telling a whole bunch of people I am. It's going to turn people off, and no one's going to want to give you money.
I mean, yeah.
There are a lot of independents here. Independents are what determine the vote. Racism is real. What the news is telling you, what Tucker Carlson is telling you, what Candace Owens is telling you, it's a bunch of baloney.
Okay, the one thing that people really want to say about the right is that they say racism doesn't exist. Racism, it does exist. It's just not a main factor. It's just not the biggest problem in America. It's not. Regardless of what you see from Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that stuff. Yes, racism is not a big factor of why a lot of people can't be more better than what they are. I hate this argument. Some people have experienced some type of racism in their life, but if they want to use that as an excuse for why they're not better, then that's on them. Racism should not stop you from being a better person. That should actually motivate you more to prove those said people are wrong about you. That's what I personally feel.
Want to be less white? Vote for the young black candidate.
And that's, bro, that right there. If you want to be less white, you should. I'm sorry. If you want to be, what the hell am I doing right now? If you want to be less white, vote for a black candidate, bro. That's some shit that I would expect from freaking Don Lemon and Joy Reid to say. Not some conservative who says, yo, this party needs to be more diverse, or these certain people are out their minds. I'm not. Let's just not. I'm not gonna listen to them. I'm not going to invite them to any of my shows. But I'm gonna take their money. But that's some straight grimy snake shit right there, like for real. You could, and then the fact, like for real, when this came out when, like 2 days ago. Yeah, this came out 2 days ago. And now all of a sudden, what the hell? And now his account is locked, or he's blocked it from certain people. Is that what's going on? He blocked his account to certain people. But what the fuck? Okay, yeah, this guy. Shit. Yeah, this guy obviously dug his own damn grave. Not dug his own grave. He literally already committed freaking career suicide. Trying to say these things, like, bro, there's cameras out there everywhere, and the fact that that people really think that, you know, you could just say whatever, you know, talk about any certain point of group. See this is why I say like people like King Randall. Yeah, King Randall. This guy King Randall, he's actually somebody that the GOP should be listening to. Now he did say in his Twitter account that a lot of GOPers have called him, and a lot of left wing people have called him and said, like, yo, we want to use you. And Randall said, no, the hell with that. Y'all mess up wherever y'all touch. I'm gonna do my own thing. This is why people should be more like, especially if they want to be, they want to talk about, you know, being more conservative. They should be like King Randall. Just shut up and just you know, try to help out with wherever you can. What's up, Burberry? Yeah, people should try to be more like King Randall, because this guy he's out there. He's here in Georgia. He's, you know, trying to make a public school or charter school for young black kids. He's trying to be a known figure for some black kids who don't have father figures in your life. You should have people in the community be more like King Randall from both parties. But when you see people on some black entrepreneurs from the left, they're always putting them in the same damn thing. Basketball, rap, or some type of TV show or something like that. But you got King Randall out here trying to teach young black kids, you know, reading, writing, and math, and then he needs to and he's trying to, you know, help kids how to fix cars and all that stuff. That's where a lot of people should strive from both sides of the party. But King Randall is conservative. He's not just one of those all talk type people. I can respect the hell out of that. Yeah, that freak. Yeah, so that freaking that guy that was trying to run for Congress, man, he's an idiot. He's a freaking idiot. This guy obviously messed up his own damn career just for trying to say stuff like this. I don't think. Hey, man, this guy screwed his own damn career up. Okay, how could you not know that? Freaking, you might be recorded. Oh, yep. But guys, this freaking people are out their damn minds. They really are. Shit. Hey, Educated One, you are you still on here? Okay, so anybody that wants to yeah, he uses smart direction. Yeah, he really did. Anybody wants to I can do some call-ins. I could do some call-ins, leak in my God damn, I really hate when this shit gets like this. But the hell with it, man. So, let's go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some call-ins right now. So if anybody wants to get in the stream yard, there's the link right there. If anybody wants to join in. Cause I do know the educated one said he wanted to have like a conversation. I'm using OBS. That's what I'm using. I don't use StreamYard for my live stream. I use OBS. This is what I use. Yeah, turkey. That's kind of old fashioned, don't you think? Okay, so I got Outback in here. Educated one said this said he wanted to talk.
What's going on?
What's up, Outback?
Nothing much. Just doing some errands.
Oh, yeah.
Saw you were live, decided to tune in, and then you were. That was at the same time as after I got off watching the Project Veritas video on that guy.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny seeing people get exposed for saying one thing in public, then immediately behind the scenes they're like, oh yeah, I hate every single one of those people in public. I'm praising them. I hate all of them.
Right.
It's just hilarious. But yeah, he's running for Congress in the 9th District of Arizona. And he's in a packed field with a bunch of other Republicans. And I guess he was trying to make himself stand out because he's young and he's black. But after this video, I wouldn't be surprised if he announces that he's no longer running for Congress in like a couple days. And he's in a packed field with a bunch of other Republicans, and I guess he was trying to make himself stand out because he's young.
Okay, so I think Maria said she couldn't hear.
I wouldn't be surprised if he announces that he's
what? I think it's working. It's working now. Okay, she good. Hey yo, educated one. You said you wanted to get in like a conversation. What's up? What's up, man? Yeah. The link's right there, dog. You can go and get in. Yeah. Yeah. So that guy pretty much committed career suicide.
Well, it's not even that. Like I was saying this as well. Much like how I dislike Adam Kinslinger, but he's publicly acknowledging his own things, and that's a little bit of respect right there. But if he continued to say, oh, I'm a Trump supporter, but he continued to vote with the Democrats, then I'd be more upset. This guy, he tried to publicly say about how he's I'm a good Trump Republican. I like Candace Owens. I like this. And then behind the scenes, oh yeah, I despise these people. That's a more snaky move than Adam Kinslinger any single day.
Right. There's also freaking there's also Liz Cheney, all these guys that did say that they supported Trump, but then that one chick that was running for Senate here in Georgia, Kelly Loeffler, something like that.
Loeffler.
Yeah. She said she was all Trump, but then when that whole January 6th thing happened, she was like, nope, I'm totally against him.
Well, the funny thing is, she's the last time I saw the Georgia Senate election, she's listed as a potential candidate for the Republicans. And I'm like, no one even in the Republican Party in Georgia really likes her.
Right.
This was even before she came out against Trump. People didn't really like her, and they didn't understand why your governor, Kemp, chose her to be the temporary senator.
Right.
It's like, obviously, Trump wanted Doug Collins to be the senator, but even then, you could have chosen someone else. Like, why Kelly Loeffler?
Like, and there's also a lot of panels out here that say, like, you know, Trump is he's too trusting and all that stuff. People say, you know, here's the thing. These are not a lot of people that a lot of people know about Trump. This guy he wants to try to be buddy with everybody, because it's like he said during the whole 2016 bit. It's his job to try to get along with everybody. He try to make sure what everybody's in it for. But in the game of politics, okay, politics is not really much with. It's not really the same as a business. Yes, you get money from some of it, but then it's also the whole, you know, people like career politicians that are only in it to like to mess with people's lives and all that stuff. And that's one thing that the establishment hated about Trump. This guy was not a career politician. He was a businessman that apparently a lot of people just say, hey man, he was a failure as a businessman. But how can he be the failure? But before, you know, he went for president, this guy was worth $5 billion. How can he be a freaking failure in business?
Well, the funny thing is, all those people that were saying, oh, he's a failure, they were investing with him. They were doing all sorts of other things with him before he decided to run. So, yeah, it's like, give me a break with that stuff.
Right. What's going on?
Hey, how we? All right, good, man. We want to support you live. How you doing?
No, I'm doing all right, man. Appreciate the support.
Yes, sir. Yep. He did the Kamala Harris route. He tried to be what he thought his donors wanted him to be, and that's the problem. See, they're more of a servant to their donors than they are the people. He got caught.
Now the one thing I can say about Kamala is that the one thing that he didn't do is like he switched races every freaking 2 to 3 months. Like one moment Kamala Harris is black, now she's Indian, now apparently she's Chinese, and now suddenly she's black again.
Well, she's whatever the donors wanted her to be, kind of like what he tried to do. Difference is Kamala's on the inside, he's not.
Right. And Kamala might be on her way up, because apparently the whole West Wing of the White House don't want nothing to do with her. Joe Biden don't want nothing to do with her. Pelosi don't want nothing to do with her. And now people are trying to, you know, get rid of her and put Nancy Pelosi as the next VP.
She's retired. She bought a house in Florida. She's done. She's not gonna do that. She's too old. She's done.
Joe Biden's like what is he, like 81? This dude.
He's 79.
Oh yeah, 79. This dude, if he goes on for like the whole 4 years, which I believe might not happen, because this dude's brain has severe brain damage, it's not going to be looking good for the Democrats. And now, it's the thing. A lot of people say, yo, everything that's going on right now is a bad thing. When it comes to the middle class and low class, yes. But you gotta look at the bright side. There are a lot more Democrats and a lot more independents, black people, Hispanic people, some white progressives that are turning their backs on the left right now because of how bad they're doing right now with the economy, COVID, and apparently we about to go to war with both China and Russia thanks to freaking Joe Biden or whoever's running that clown show in the White House.
Well, here's the question: turning your back and turning your vote are two different things. That's the problem. I mean, a no-show doesn't equal a vote for, you know, conservatism. Is the problem too.
I mean, I can understand that, but then when you make all these policies, I mean, they've been all these promises. They've been doing that for like, you know, freaking 50 years now, and apparently some people still can't get the freaking memo. But this whole, hey, we gonna help you out. We gonna cancel student debt. We gonna cancel rent. Like, bro, how the hell can y'all do any of that shit?
Well, you know, the problem. There's two problems now. You know, inflation's at 6.9%. That's the highest
in 39 years.
Yeah, about 40 years. That's 6.9%, and that's overall. So some places are higher than others. One way they're trying to offset it is, keep your eye on this. They're trying to do cash refinances and mortgages at the lowest all-time rate. So shout out to those financially. This is the time to pursue a cash refinance on your home or to rework that mortgage. This is as low as it's ever been. It's at 2.5% in some areas.
Right.
This is the time to do it. Check them mortgage statements, folks. Check them. If you haven't bought a house, that's the time to buy it. Now, home buying is hot right now.
Man, home buying is expensive right now. And
no, I'm talking about the interest rates. on alone.
Right.
It's hot. Not so much the price. Yeah, oh yeah, don't get it twisted. You right on, brother. It's definitely a seller's market, but the interest rates are so low. I mean, they're in the 2.5%. Easy.
Yeah. What and also like there's a lot of things that mainstream media is also not talking about. Like the price of the reason I found out about this is because of channels like Tampool. Chicken's going up, beef is going up, like everything's going up. It's making it a lot more harder for the middle or low class. And now you have some Hispanics coming out and black people coming out that are registering as Republican or conservative, and that's what pisses off a lot of people on the left, that they own fan base that they have been catering to during the whole 2020 election bit. They now see that we need to change it up. What can we do? Oh, just blame Trump like they always do. But they find out that that's not really working right now because it's their policies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just about to say, well, the Hispanic vote, like I believe in the last poll, is pretty much split. So when a couple of years ago they were talking about the browning of America, how it's going to be Democrats forever, Democrats are going to win every single election, and then they're realizing that skin color doesn't define how someone votes. More Hispanics are starting to vote Republican, more conservative, and we're starting to see that turn with the African American community. So yeah, just like you said, it's like more and more people of color are starting to turn conservative. So the Democrats thought they could just ride their playbook to the end of time, and they thought that Trump would be the demise of that. Actually, Trump's making the Republican Party more diverse than almost any time before, since like the 50s, or since like all the other times before that.
Truth be told,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, truth be told, black people are morally conservative. They want to be left alone. They don't like big governments. They want to have less cheap taxes. They don't want taxes to be sky high. But the problem is, because of what the culture, quote unquote, is saying, they've been voting for the wrong party.
Well, see, the problem is define Hispanic. Cubans don't consider themselves quote unquote Hispanic. They consider themselves Cuban. Then, of course, you got people who are Spaniard who are lumped into being Hispanic when they do census data. They consider themselves to be European. So, and then, of course, you have categorical white versus black Hispanic. And black Hispanic typically is then your Afro-Caribbean populations. So Hispanic is such a large demographic that really they can fit in any cohort. You can't inherently say people of color when you address Hispanic population.
Who the hell came up with that damn terminology, freaking person of color? Because I know this didn't happen until freaking 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's just some nonsense. But when you think about it, the Hispanic vote has always been split. It's just that it's becoming more split amongst Hispanic demographics that typically were Democratic for the longest time.
Yeah,
they're the ones making.
Yeah, like that whole LATINX type thing that the freaking Joe Biden said during the whole 2020 bit.
Right, those types of things are not turn-ons to the community at all.
They actually found it offensive, which I find funny, because I ain't even hear about freaking the term Latinx until when Joe Biden said it, and come to find out that over 40% of them hate it, and they said, and 30% of them said, we're not going to vote for anybody that uses that term. I find that hilarious.
Say African American. I mean, most black people don't call themselves African American; they say black. I find very few people say I'm African American.
Right.
Very few.
Right.
Well, it's just like when, I just wrapped up my semester of college, and in one of my classes, the professor kept using the term Latinx over and over in their presentation. And then apparently, after this poll started coming out, she started saying Hispanic or people of color. She never referred Latinx anymore.
Yeah, and the one thing some of these news outlets did say is most of these new terms that have been coming from these quote unquote white activists who say they care about this certain community or about people being more politically correct, and then these same people that they claim that they want to be pandering to, and they say that they care about these terms. Here's the thing: do you know the actual percent of people in the Hispanic community that actually like the term Latinx? 2%.
I haven't met anybody.
Yeah,
I've only met 2 people, younger people, that said that they prefer the term Latinx.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, only 2% of that whole community actually agrees with that term. The other percent said, "Yo, we don't know what the hell y'all got going on, but leave us the hell out of it, man. We don't want nothing to do with y'all freaking progressive bullshit."
Well, I think too, it's not a matter of liberals controlling things; it's money controlling things. That's really what it boils down to.
I mean, yeah.
Because look at what this Stovall did. He wasn't being controlled by liberalism. He was being controlled by what he thought was the donors. If you watch the Project Veritas, he kept saying the donors.
Right.
So I don't even think it's driven by any particular group other than it's driven by money.
Right.
And if you look at it now with the crypto market, what's driving the crypto market willy-nilly has nothing to do with this Omicron. It has everything to do with the federal government trying to figure out, are they going to tax crypto? If they do, how will they tax it? That's the problem. That's why it's fluctuating now.
That's one thing that I freaking hated. I took like me, my cousin, and some people in my clan that are playing Xbox. He said, "Yo, we got to try to like get into like some of this crypto before the government gets their hands on it and messes it up more than what they're doing with the economy." I'm like, "Yo, by the time we try to get more people into crypto and try to get more people out of poverty, it might be a little too late because this whole tax the crypto movement that Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren got going on, it just makes them look even more incompetent and make them look even more stupid. How they say that like they're for the little guys, and there was also somebody else on. It's mainly like somebody else who said it. I forgot their name. That said tax crypto because people make it too much money. We can't tax them if they found an alternative way to make money that doesn't have to depend on the government. That's what I found hilarious.
Well, what I also find hilarious is that much like how populist right people support cryptocurrency, populist left people also support cryptocurrency. So with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren out there saying we need to tax crypto, that's actually going to anger their base. And their base is going to be angry saying, why the hell are you coming after our cryptocurrency? And of course, Bernie's going to try to frame it as, well, do you want people like Elon Musk not paying their taxes if they put all their money in crypto? Of course, he's going to frame it like that.
But the fact that they're actually coming after Elon Musk is actually freaking stupid.
False narrative too. Because see, crypto's not bought pre-market. Crypto's bought post-market, so it's already been taxed in some ways.
The only
crypto's like putting money into a mutual fund. The reason why it's not taxed is because it's out of your income. It's already been taxed.
Mm-hmm.
No one's being given crypto free tax. So in effect, the currency you're using to buy the crypto with has already been taxed. What they're trying to go after is the profit you make from it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the argument that the IRS is using is kind of called the lemonade stand argument. If I buy lemons and sugar and I have a lemonade stand, if I make under $600 for the tax year, you don't have to report it. Kind of like if you win a scratch-off lotto ticket. But if a lemonade stand starts making $4,000 a month and they're not reporting any of it because everything's by way of cash in hand, that's what Bernie Sanders' argument is. He's saying we're not taxing the profits of crypto.
But doesn't the profit go with the how people make money from crypto?
Well, but his argument is if we're not taxing the profits made from crypto, then how do we know we're getting our fair share of revenues in America? That's the problem. That's the issue with his whole argument. Now, whether it's valid or not is in the eye of the beholder, but that's been the argument. My take on it is kind of like this here. This is why the IRS wanted to see people's bank accounts. And what exact amount were they looking for in your bank account? $600. Right, that $600 didn't come by way of magic, cold number. It's because the IRS tax code says anything over $600 you have to report. That's why, like I said, if you win a scratch off in the lotto for $150, you go to 7-Eleven or wherever you bought the ticket, they give you the $150. They don't take 20% out of that. No. But now once you win over $600, you got to fill out a form and it's officially taxed. That's the difference. That's where that 600 comes from. It's not a magic number. It's from the tax code. So Sanders' argument is people will invest in crypto. They'll make $1,000. They'll put 1,000 real American dollars into their bank account that's never been taxed, and they spend it. Our argument is, well, that $1,000 is doing some good because it's in the economy. See, that's where the argument's going to be. It'll be an interesting argument.
See this, but this is where I find hilarious at how some of these freaking left wing, even independent people, like this whole yeah, man, you know, go ahead and check out people with $600. You know, those gotta be the rich people that's making that money. Like the freaking middle class, and the middle class doesn't make that kind of money like each like every week or every 2 weeks. When it comes to like some jobs that they get, what's $600 to a person that's making over like $100,000 or more a year? What's that to them? How does that affect them? Like it affects us more, the middle class and the low class. But you have these people who are they say they are anti-establishment, but everything they do is actually pro-establishment. How does that hurt the high class at the end of the day? You got to follow the 2 Ds, dummies and donors. Think about it. If he said, we're only going to do this for deposits of $12,000, then the rich would say, here we go again. Blame the billionaires, always coming for us. And then you'll hear the argument, if we took every dollar from a billionaire, it would only operate the government for 5 days or whatever they say. So he didn't want to anger his money base. He didn't want to anger them billionaire progressives. He don't want to make Soros too mad now. So the $600 was a deal with the devil to say, well, since it's in the tax code and it's already law, let me be safe and say 600. Because had he said it higher, then the rich would say classism. Had he just arbitrarily picked 1,000, people would say, well, where the heck does that come from? Justify your calculation. That's the dummy part. He don't have to do any math. He can just point to tax code and say, well, it's already law. Duh. That's all he has to do. So it's all about dummies and donors. Right. You know? Right. I agree. This freaking like all this freaking donor crap. Like these people who still actually believe, like, here's the thing. Okay, this whole 2020 bit, people still giving money to the Republican Party to try to find some type of miracle or something like that. Like, bro, I'm just on here like, yo, y'all just wasting y'all time with this, man. Y'all gotta actually see the big picture. Like, the people that are asking you for this money, they are just using you. Now it may not be Trump specifically, but it is the Republican core that's using Trump's momentum and Trump's the Trump voter base to get money out of people. Like, y'all need to actually see the big picture. Like, this new deal that Trump did with the Truth Social, it just reached $1 billion. It just goes to show, like, you know, Trump didn't need this party. They needed Trump because Trump is still out here making a lot of money. How you feel about Georgia? Him endorsing Purdue versus Kemp. You think it'll split it up and lose it out? It's a good idea. What you think? I say he should have picked Vernon Jones. That's just my opinion. He should have picked Vernon Jones.
Vernon Jones was the Democrat, right? That turned Republican.
Yeah, he was a Democrat that turned Republican. But then when he actually looked at things himself and saw some policies that Trump did that actually helped out black people, people on left wing like freaking MSNBC, like, hey, bro, is somebody paying you to say this stuff? You're like, no, I got my own free will. Like, why would anybody pay me to say stuff like this?
Yeah, Vernon may have to free himself from identity politics, because take a look at what you said. He saw it wasn't helping black people. So some people might see that as, well, that's an identity politic. Is he and can he be a candidate for all people? That would be Vernon's hiccup and holdup. I would like to see Vernon challenge Ralph Warnock first. Get him out of there. Get Ralph Warnock out. And then see if he can be a governor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still have not seen like one thing that's you know, mentionable about freaking Vernon Jones and John Ossoff. I have not heard.
What about Herschel Walker?
I mean, I'm for him too. Anybody. I don't really see a lot. See, I said this in one of my previous videos. You see more black people coming out running as Republican than you see like more progressive or more liberals come out running as a Democrat. If this doesn't show people that more black people are waking up to like the freaking lies and the freaking the way they see black people in like education like that freaking Oregon governor that put that shitty ass policy in freaking August. And the fact that this story is now out and mainstream media is not saying anything about it, just go to show like where they actually stand when it comes to education.
Sure. But will it translate into votes? That's the problem.
I mean, that is the question right there.
It didn't really work that well. Well, it did work for the most part in Michigan with here in my home state. John James ran 2 times for the Senate, but out of all senators that tried to take on the 2 established Democrats that I have in my state, he was the closest man. Now, some people try to chalk it up because he's black, but at the same time, it's like, for me, it wasn't because he's black. It's because he was a very well-educated. He was in the military. He had good, sound, social and fiscal conservative policies. That's the reason why I voted for him. And he was taking on, I believe, the lieutenant governor at the time tried to run for the Senate. And he beat him. An unknown Republican beat the lieutenant governor here. Then again, the lieutenant governor also had his problems with Flint water crisis.
Yeah, it was.
I guess I'm tired of hearing them. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it was also that one incident in New Jersey where that truck driver beat a well-known establishment Democrat, and this dude only had like $358 in the ad campaign video. That really pissed off the freaking establishment as well. The same thing with Virginia. Like I said, people think that education should not be a main factor, but when it came to Virginia, education actually helped out the GOP in the long run. And you got freaking Joy Reid out here, claiming that education is somehow a white supremacist type thing. Like she's literally just pushing people away even further, especially her own people that she claims that she's doing the news for. If you want to say that education is a white supremacist thing, then what are you saying about the young black kids who can't read past a 3rd grade level?
Not only that, but also you get teachers coming out, like that one idiot teacher in Virginia, saying that to tell kids to like behave themselves is a white supremacy idea.
Yeah, and
it's just like, what are you trying to say?
They're trying to say like black people who behave, got their life together, like freaking Carlton Banks from the Fresh Prince. They're all trying to act white. They're not trying to be themselves. They're trying to act like they're trying to appease to a certain person who has a different skin color than they do.
Right. What the gentleman who brought it up is alluding to, though, but what does it say? What do you expect from people if you say correcting them is a supremacist tendency? It says you don't expect much from them.
Right.
I mean, what's next? Getting arrested will be white supremacy. Let them steal. I mean, what behavior next will you say don't admonish or correct?
Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if they use that in the freaking 2022 midterms.
Well, they're already doing that in LA.
They did what?
In LA, when there's the string of looting going on, some politician, or I believe a politician out there, said to say something is looting or rioting or whatever, that is racist. You can't call someone a looter or a rioter. And we don't even know if the people that were looting these very expensive stores were black, white, or whatever. We still haven't found out. But they were trying to say, if you use the term looting, that is white supremacy.
Well, see that. Yeah, you see that plays into this though too. Who's suffering the most?
Is that it? It's the business, man. And then when this whole freaking
right.
Summer of Love thing went down, it was mainly black businesses and black and minority neighborhoods that was getting burned down the most.
Correct. And when you heard idiots say, well, that's what they have insurance for, no one's indemnity policy has rioting on it unless you are a high-end store. Because no one can afford that type of insurance. You'll see on an insurance policy, act of God and or forces of nature. You will not see riot, looting, mayhem, because businesses can't afford that. They just couldn't flat out afford that coverage. That would be like you getting raindrop insurance on your car. You're like, man, I can't afford that. I'll just fix that myself. So no one has looting and rioting in their policy. So when they kept saying, oh, they can just write off their insurance, they were never talking about the small business. And like you said, those were the ones who suffered the most because they had the least coverage. They had basic coverage. You slip and fall in my store, I got health coverage. You know what I mean? They don't have coverage for break my windows, take my stuff and run. They don't have it.
Of course, it had to be on freaking Joy Reid's show with this freaking lunatic racist narrative. Of course, it had to be fucking her. I hate freaking Joy Reid. I hate this chick.
She hates
Wasn't
herself.
Joy Reid also the one that said the Virginia Lieutenant Governor elect
Was a
is
white
like
supremacist?
a puppet? Is like a puppet of white supremacy or something?
Yeah, she said. She said that. And people blasted her ass for that stupid behind comment. Like, how can you say this woman who came from nothing saw the policies from the Democrats and say like, yo, I'm not for that. I'm more of the freaking GOP, some of these GOP policies. You know, better education, lower taxes and all that stuff. All of a sudden that's a freaking white supremacist movement that they always want to push. I hate, like, for real. Everything has to be racist now.
But it goes back to the 2 Ds, donors and dummies. She's hoping her audience is dummies, and she's playing a fiddle for her donors. That's what her donors told her to say, so she said it. I
can understand that, but then there's also the whole, you know, there is alternative media that's coming out and saying, yeah, everything that Joy Reid is saying is completely false, and she's being paid to say these kind of things. She still wants to go on the bandwagon. It's like, yeah, these people that call me out, yeah, they're white supremacists, they're racist, and people are not buying into that narrative anymore.
No. But again, remember, she's not a servant to that. Think about it. She's getting paid millions to say what her donors want her to. You think she cares about a popularity contest?
She should.
You think she even cares at this point by truth? What's truth to her? I'll say what you pay me to say. And she does.
Yeah.
That's who she serves. That's whom she serves.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
You give me the pay, I'll give you the say. What else y'all need me to say? She knows she's not telling the truth. But it goes back into what you said about the whole waiving of test standards in Ohio and Oregon and New York.
Right.
And in California. It goes also into what the gentleman said about behavior. Whom is it hurting? It's not hurting the rich, elite progressives. It's hurting that community you swear you're protecting.
Right.
The greatest homicides within Black and Latino communities was 2021. Right in the middle of defund the police.
Right.
So defund the police doesn't hurt the rich. They've shown you that.
And we
even kids to be bad doesn't hurt them either, because they didn't say those classes weren't available. They just said those classes weren't required.
Yeah, you also know what I find funny. And all this is all over the news too, so people can see what they want. These old people that say, yeah, man, defund the police. They paying like over $20,000 in freaking private security, and they out here advocating for this, advocating for that, and they're like, hey, I'm pretty sure AOC said a country without the police is like, it'll be like the suburbs, and she got ridiculed as tone deaf on social media. Like, everybody's like, yo, what the fuck is this chick talking about? Is she this damn stupid? And bro, I hope like that one person that's running against AOC, I hope he wins, because AOC needs to leave that freaking house. She is so damn toxic.
Well, the only way that anyone in like AOC's area is going to be taken out is if there's probably someone even more progressive than her. That's the only way that she would be taken out.
Who can be more progressive than AOC?
No, I'm just saying, like, she's in like a D plus 50 district. There's like no way that anyone like Republican can take her out.
They said the same thing about some seats in New York, but then some seats ended up turning. And the same thing with Virginia. There was this big Democrat county in Virginia that ended up turning red during the whole
It's like one of the northern Virginian districts near Washington. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying like her district's like in literally the heart of New York City, and there was no doubt that Eric Adams was going to become mayor of New York City.
Right.
No Republican. I don't see a Republican winning in areas like that for quite some time. Now, if a Republican can flip AOC's district, then that's the biggest upset. That's even a bigger upset than I would say 2016. But I don't see that personally happen. And I look at election data all the time. I was seeing Virginia flipping as the data became more clear that Ralph Northam was making strides with women, with moderates, with all these groups of people, because what's his face, Terry McAuliffe, was so tone deaf, and when he famously said on the debate stage, "Oh yeah, parents shouldn't be involved in what we're teaching their kids," right. It's like, yep, you just lost the parent vote right there.
Right. The fact that his advisors didn't think that was a bad move just goes to show, like, you know, they was actually they was tone deaf to the situation as well.
Well, again, but see, here's the problem. They said it was a bad move. They didn't say it was a bad idea. That's the problem. Because there's a difference between a bad move and a bad idea. See, I could say that was a bad move because we lost. That doesn't mean I think it's a bad idea. I still may support it and may try to hide it in another way and then work around the voting base. See, this is what I mean by dummies. See, again, if I said, hey, Blaze, calling you a fool was a bad idea, does that mean I don't think you a fool? No, it means I got caught calling you one. See what I'm saying? So it was a bad move, but will they say it was a bad idea? Because that speaks to their spirit.
I mean, if it hurts the voter base and it turns people away from voting for them, I would say that it was I would say it was a bad move, but some people. Because you
haven't changed their mind. That's the thing. They don't think it's a bad idea. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
They don't think it's a bad idea. They just thought, dang, we shouldn't have said that. That was too soon.
And I just want to clarify one thing. When I'm saying that a Republican can't win in areas like New York, I'm not saying that we shouldn't try. Like 100% Republicans need to try in these areas and get the message out there, because like you said at the very beginning, a lot of people are not listening to the message because they're constantly surrounded by left-wing culture and left-wing ideas. If Republican ideas can get in there, we have seen the data to show that, yeah, people are going to turn away from those horrible ideas that are making their lives even worse and start voting the other direction. It's just going to take some time. That's my only thing.
Right. I get
you won't flip those districts, and I'll tell you why. I hear what you're saying, but remember, Republicans take their ideas with them. That's the difference. See, take a look at New York. They're hurting because what are they losing? They're losing their wealthy, because they're wealthy are like, we're not paying you all those taxes. California's losing their wealthy. Hell, you see Nancy Pelosi leaving despite all her wonderful ideas. See,
and they're all moving to Florida. Remember how they said Florida's the worst state in the union?
Right. See, that's the difference between blue. See, this is why you won't beat AOC like he's saying in her region, because Republicans simply leave. Like with Chicago, there's not a Republican in sight, but look at Chicago. And people go, damn, that place sucks. I won't live there. And I see it as a perpetual, remember, dummies and donors. Those dummies are going to keep voting blue, but the ones with any ounce of brain will say, I'm getting the hell out of here. So AOC has a safe seat. I'm going to go back to what you said. They'd have to be more progressive than her, because there's no Republicans left, because they're like, I'm not staying for this crap, and I'm taking my money with me, and I'm taking my resources with me. This is why Bernie Sanders has that push to raise federal taxes, because the Democrats can't get it on the local and state level. Chicago has no one left to tax.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, Inglewood had 95,000 people at one point.
No, I hear you.
Now
But
it's down to 12,000. No one's staying. It's down. It's literally down. I'm sorry, 26,000. Sorry, it went from 95,000 to 26,000.
Right.
Who's left to tax?
Right, it's the same. It's the same thing with St. Louis. Like a lot of people want to say like a lot of these places that are bad with crime have freaking GOP Republican Party policies. But then if you actually look at St. Louis has been ran by the left, by Democrats since before I was even born. And if you go back there like every single year, like the infrastructure is bad, the economy is bad, the housing is bad, and that I don't know not one Republican that tried to like run in St. Louis. Now I know a Republican is a governor of Missouri, but as far as running St. Louis, it's always been Democrats. Like the high crime, like the black on black violence, which apparently a lot of people want to say doesn't exist, and then the freaking way that it's run. You hear gunshots like that one clip of that one chick.
yeah, that city council woman just standing there, and then she's like, "Oh, this is normal."
Yeah. When you have people like this running St. Louis, it just gets worse and worse.
Well, see, here's what's going to happen. The way that the Democrats are going to lose power is by this demographic shift. This is what's happening by way of virtue and by way of population that's driving them crazy. They're trying to lie, and they got caught. That was gerrymandering. That's Republicans are trying to purposefully district so that they can win. That's not what's happening.
Educated one, I can't hear you.
Hey, educated. You can't. Your mic.
Can you hear me okay?
A little better now.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
oh, sorry about that. What's happening is this. The Democrat areas are losing such a large amount of population until the number of representatives that they can have is dwindling at both state and local and federal level. Go back to what I said. Inglewood and Chicago went from 95,000 people to below 25,000. Well, you don't have a right to have 10 representatives anymore. Parts of LA that are losing population. And where are they going? Red states. So by virtue, red states are going to have greater representation because they have the larger population base. That's what's going to crush the Democrats.
But then you got to also realize the people that left those said places are going to move to these red places and most likely turn blue.
Don't California up my Texas. Yeah.
Yes, it's like what people said about Texas and Florida. What people from New York and California are moving there. They move away from those policies, but then they don't realize is that those same policies that they hated in California, they now are trying to advocate for both Texas and Florida. They don't realize the policies that they lived in.
Educated one years.
Yep. Yeah. Can't hear you again, man.
Uh-oh.
You still there?
Well, finish what you were saying, Blaze, I guess.
So these are same people that said, we live in California or we live in New York because these policies, like these mandates, these this high in crime things that's going on here, we don't like it. But then they go out and move to someplace like majority red and then vote for the same policies that made them leave California and New York City in the first place. Same thing with Chicago, same thing with St. Louis, same thing with Delaware, Inglewood, Detroit. All these are mainly blue policies that get people to leave. But you should not be going into like a more suburban like red state like Florida and Texas than vote blue and expect everything to be the same. That's why a lot of people get they politics mixed up.
Well, I'd have to say this to you though. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, this is what I would say to you in that regard. Back in the day when people left an area, why did they leave? It was economics driven. In other words, I live in Blue City and I see a suburb that's much cheaper than living in the city. So I bring my blue ideas to that area because I didn't move there because I didn't like the policies. I moved there because it was cheaper. That's used to be what was the driving force of Americans moving. You went from where it was expensive to where it was cheaper. Then you took where it's cheaper, you built up that area, and you made it more profitable. But notice in today's climate, people aren't leaving the city because of money. They're leaving because it sucks.
Right.
And they're leaving specifically because the policies there made it suck. So I don't think those people will bring blue ideas with them because they're running from those very blue ideas. Again, movement in America used to be money driven. Hey man, I can make 10,000 more in my 20s if I go to this city versus staying here. Let me get up out of here. Now people are like, man, I'm getting out of here because it's crazy.
Yeah, but you guys,
I don't know anybody who's a Chicago Democrat. I know a lot of people in Chicago. I don't know a single Chicago Democrat.
You
Educate
went
one.
out
You're
again, educate one. Yeah, you went out again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can understand your point, but then these same people, they don't. A lot of people don't actually pay attention to what's the main reason why these cities are being like crappy in the first place. They just move and don't actually pay attention to who's running it or what's causing these problems to happen.
I'll challenge you this way. Can you hear me all right, brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here's how I'll challenge you. Do some research on this. Ready? Look at the age demographic that's leaving. That's your telltale sign. See, when people brought their policies with them, they were often young, they were often progressive, they were often liberalized,
Right.
They were often recent college grads. You got people now, they're like, to hell with this place, and they're in their 40s and 50s. They ain't turning back to progressivism. They're reminiscing the good old days when it wasn't that way. And a lot of elder people are leaving these areas, hence the money and the brain drain that those places are suffering.
Right.
You know, there's some places they can't even find doctors. That's how bad it's getting in some of these blue states. I'm with you. I think it's kind of like a buffet of all.
You heard me?
Right. Was a buffet of things, but I think the biggest thing on the buffet is people are leaving because of policy now. I don't think these red states are going to shift. I think they'll become redder. That's me. Because people who are like, hey, to hell with this.
Depends.
I may not be a
though.
Reagan Republican, but I damn sure ain't a Biden Democrat. That's what most people are saying.
that depends on the area though, because we're seeing places like Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is now considered the San Francisco of the South, and you basically have people that moved from California going to Austin, Texas, and now Austin, Texas has a major homeless problem, just like San Francisco.
Man, San Francisco got a homeless problem. They got a drug problem, and apparently in New York City, there's a sanctuary building for people that want to
shoot up
crack and all that stuff.
Yeah. No. Oh, they're gonna provide you safety needles. You just got to bring your own drugs. Like what?
Like these freaking ideas and policies itself, and freaking some people on the left is like, yeah, this is okay. Let people get drugged up. So you want more people to overdose? That's what I'm hearing from you idiots.
Not only that, but I mean, I have a friend who's like really into dystopian novels and stuff like that, and it's just like, what is one of the main things that keeps the people down from trying to do something? You get them hooked on drugs, you get them hooked on other things to basically have them ignore what's really affecting their lives. So yeah, New York City is going to push all these people into this drug haven where you can get high, you can overdose, you can die, while the people in New York City like Mayor de Blasio and all these other people that are ruining so many people's lives, they still keep getting rich.
Hey, truth be told, man, I really do hope that Eric Adams is a much better person than freaking Bill de Blasio, because Eric Adams actually did say some things that I agree with, like, this whole policing thing is so crap nowadays. We need to be more productive. We need to be more strict on some of these people. That's some of the things that Eric Adams did say that I could respect him on, because this whole being easy on crime, this whole no bail reform. It's like, for real, some like I'm pretty sure I read yesterday like some dude in freaking New York City. Wait, it was in New York City or it was New York City or Kesha or California. It was one of those places where the bail was so low or they ain't had no bail at all that they just got out the same day or the next day and just committed crime again.
Yep, that was actually both areas. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I did agree with Eric Adams on, and then that BLM leader that said, "Yo, if you be more tough on crime, we gonna come after you." Adam said, "Yo, y'all can do whatever. I gotta protect my city." I respect that. And
yeah, like they recorded the private conversation with Eric Adams, thinking that was gonna hurt him. It actually made me respect him a little bit more. Like, yeah, he gave into like tiny bits of things, like saying, "Oh, I agree with you on this," but at the most part, he was like, no, I am not going to cut costs on the police department. I'm going to actually improve the police department. I'm going to reinforce certain police areas to basically make sure that people are protected. And yeah, the BLM people over there are just like saying, oh, if he does this, then we're going to burn the city to the ground. And it's just like, yeah, I bet Eric Adams is just going to let you do that. This is not Mayor de Blasio, and that's why, like you said, hopefully he's not a Mayor de Blasio, and he actually does stick up for the people and doesn't let BLM just walk all over him.
Right, because trying to be more progressive, or try to standardize to this one community that doesn't even give a damn about black people.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that's why I'm here in Detroit, and Mayor Duggan, he's a Democrat. He, when James Craig was the Detroit police chief here, now he's running for governor. I support him. When they were both dealing with the summer of riots last year, this guy who's part of the Detroit Will Breathe organization, he doesn't even live in Detroit. He came all the way from Indiana, and he's given a list of demands saying, you guys need to do this. And James Craig and Mayor Duggan look at him, and they're like, no, we don't even do this. What are you talking about? You're not even from here.
Isn't that the same way with Maxine Waters, where she she doesn't even live in the district that she's apparently in charge of. She lives in some.
She lives in a mansion in another area, but she has like an apartment building that she lists as her address in the district that she apparently quote unquote represents.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's sneaky. But then again, we have to look at Republicans. I believe that Dr. Oz, who's running for the Senate in Pennsylvania, I think he's using his mom's address, but he lives in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, nah, the Wright done already outcast that guy. Like, yo, nobody vote for this freaking clown. This guy's a freaking liar. He's a Democrat posing as a Republican.
Yeah, well, ever since Sean Parnell, was that his name? Ever since he dropped out of the race, Pennsylvania's now been like, like looking like major like something. I don't know.
I don't even pay much attention to Pennsylvania for real, because for real, what's actually going over there?
Well, I'm just been looking at the elections all across. Like back when I had my first channel was dedicated to election analysts. Like I was basically doing like what Red Eagle does, and I can definitely say this, that when Sean Parnell was running, there was a good chance that Sean Parnell was going to be any Democrat. But now that he's dropped out, it's like, okay, we got to look for another Republican, which is a bunch.
Yeah. You said Glenn Duncan? I'll back you there. I guess I lost him. Yeah, I lost him. Crap. Out. Okay, so I don't know what happened right there. Everybody just lost a signal.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. What I was just saying is, like, obviously, states like your state of Georgia are also states that I've been looking at, trying to see. Like, I don't think people keep saying, okay, Georgia's now a blue state. It's like, Georgia's not a blue state. It's just people didn't come out and vote in the special election.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
And if David Perdue becomes your nominee for the governorship, I certainly hope he does a good job. Same thing, like, I don't like Brian Kemp, but I do have to give him credit. At least you would know this more, but from what I've read, when the pandemic was going down, he still tried to keep Georgia open.
Right, he did.
So give
him
him credit where credit's due. And like you keep also saying, I think a lot of people, especially, just need to not let go 2020 as in like don't remember it, but just like, okay, we fought this fight. We got to focus on what's going on in 2022. Joe Biden's wrecking the country. Same with the Democrats that have control of the House and the Senate. We need to focus on 2022. Now we better elect individuals that are actually consistent and not that idiot in Arizona who just got exposed.
Right.
That's what we need to focus on.
Yeah, like I said, man, the main talking points that the GOP should be doing is like, they should be going to like, they should be like reaching out more. They don't reach out. Now you got people like Scott Pillower. I think that's his last name. I'm mispronouncing it. This guy is going across, state to state, convincing people to try to like vote GOP, vote Republican. Look at these policies that the left is doing, the Democrats are doing, and he's actually going towards some black people. The same thing with Melissa Tate. She's going to, regardless of what some people say about Melissa Tate. Or wait, was it Melissa Tate or was it that other chick? I forgot the other girl's name that apparently had a feud with Candace Owens and Brenham Tatum, apparently. Like you have individuals like this that are going out there, trying to reach out to people, saying like, yeah, look at these policies and look at that, and look at these policies, and then these policies are the ones from the left that damage the black community. That's what they are not getting. They don't want to reach out. They only want to say, "Yo, Joe Biden's policies are bad. You should vote for us to get a better economy going on." But no, we should do like a They should actually reach out to like rappers, like what Trump did with Ice Cube. They should be doing that. But these freaking crony chicken shit Republicans, they don't want to reach out to the rap, the hip hop, the rap community.
Yeah,
they don't want to do any of that. Now, Ice Cube is still apparently waiting from that phone call from Joe Biden, even though they said, "Yo, we'll talk to you when we win." Ice Cube still didn't talk to them, from what I heard, or from what I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I see it, man. They should reach out more. They should be like, "Yo, these people don't actually care about y'all. They let y'all people run amok. They let y'all businesses get burned down by these white progressives that claim that they care about y'all."
Well, that's the same thing. It's like I can remember this at a recent gun rights rally. There was the like Black Guns Matter, Detroit Open Carry group, and all this other all black organizations that support guns. And that's what I was about to say earlier, when it comes to like, yeah, you mentioned about the white Democrats and all that say, oh, these policies, they're good for you. And it's like people like Killer Mike come out and say your gun control policies are absolute crap.
Right.
Like, and that's why it's like you said, I agree with you. Like, the Republican Party should not be listening to the old guard conservatives when it comes to trying to win. We clearly saw, and I commented in the live stream earlier, Trump got more votes with the black community than Mitt Romney did. And yet the old conservatives are like, no, we need to go back to the party of Romney. It's like, okay, then good luck losing.
Right.
It's like, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want, because it's like those idiots at the Lincoln Project that got pissed off because Trump won without their help.
Right.
And it's like, go ahead.
Is it just that, or is it just somebody from the right bashed them, and then they got all butthurt about it?
Well, I personally think it's just because Trump won without their help. Like, these are obviously Trump was more than happy to say, you guys are all idiots and like whatever. And they definitely probably got butthurt and were like, this is not the party I remember. And it's like, truth be told, a lot of these people, like, you know, Colin Powell recently passed away, but Colin Powell hasn't voted Republican since 2004.
Right.
Like those types of quote unquote Republicans are not the Republican Party of the future.
Right.
The Republican Party of the future. And even though the left like to say, oh my gosh, Trump is now the Republican Party. It's like, yeah, Trump's a part of the Republican Party, but the future of the Republican Party is more like, I would say, is a more big tent, diverse political party. That's how I personally see the future of it. But when it comes to people who like to brandish the American flag and say, yeah, we're for American first, and then they go behind the scenes like the guy in Arizona, like I keep bringing him up, but then go behind the scenes and say, I hate every single one of these people that are cheering for me. Those type of people, they're not going to be welcomed for very long.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a Kimberly Klacik. People said like, yo, she's a failure. You know, she ain't do nothing. Her feud with Candace Owens is, you know, pointless because Candace Owens is the queen of the females for the Republican Party. But then I'm like, yo, Kimberly Klacik actually got more votes in a known Democrat stronghold. Like the last time I think she said it was 12,000, and the last candidate for the GOP was 4,000. That is progress right now, right there. The fact that people, yo, Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum are saying, yo, we don't need people like Kimberly Klacik. Like, no, y'all do, because she is out there helping, like out there trying to convince people to vote on the right, and because people on the left are not understanding where these bad policies are coming from, or where this quote unquote systemic racism policies are coming from. It's coming from people on the left, and you got Kimberly Klacik, you know, going to these black neighborhoods and, you know, telling people that, but apparently to Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum, that's not really a good thing. I'm like, yo, y'all tripping right now. What the hell is y'all even talking about?
That I think, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think that's what Educated One was trying to talk about earlier, was like, you know, the amount of resources. Where should we put the resources? And he was trying to make the argument that a lot of people who lean right and or may think independently of the right have left those areas. So I don't want to put words in his mouth. That's what I interpreted. When I was listening to him, but I do agree with you. It's like, no, we should be supporting these conservative candidates, even if they are in D+50 areas. We should still support them. We should still try to help get their messages across. It's just, I'm just saying, don't hold your breath if if this D50 district goes down to like D13 and it gets real close, then that's something to celebrate about. But if it goes from like D50 to D48, it's like, okay, we're making progress, we're making a dent, just, you know, it's going to take time. Like, you know, don't expect in the next election all of a sudden the D48 to go to D13, but it's going to take some time.
Right, and that's what some people on the right is not getting. Like, I understand Trump brings like some enthusiasm, but then we can't always depend on him for, you know, for reaching out.
No, he's like only a couple years younger than Joe Biden. He's not going to be around forever.
I understand that. Which is, hey, I'm all for DeSantis 24. I'm all for that. Trump can Trump become Speaker of the House? Yes, he could. But there's rumors that he doesn't want it. But, you know, rumors before said that he wasn't going to run for president, and guess what? He ended up running and beating Hillary Clinton.
Her crying victory speech.
I ain't watched that yet. I wanna watch it because the freaking cringe that I'm gonna get from watching that freaking clip.
But no, I agree with you, and I don't think that he wants the speaker job either. I don't think he would want it. I think he would prefer to be the president of the United States, which I think so many other people would. But at the same time, being Speaker of the House would also be you have a third in line to become president. Now, who knows? Maybe Trump would go up to the GOP president and be like, okay, drop out, VP, drop out. Now I'm president again.
Right.
But still, it's like I just said, Trump's not going to be around forever. And I do think Ron DeSantis, he is a he's a really great governor. Let's just hope it's not like a situation like the Arizona guy where that's just him on the face, but behind the scenes, he's like, man, I hate all these people.
Yeah, I think also Glenn Youngkin did come out and said like, yeah, he's for mandates, and that pissed off a lot of people.
Oh yeah, because he was running on like, doing all this stuff saying, oh, we shouldn't do this, and now he's coming out and saying, well, after reconsideration, it's like, then what was the point of this?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Hopefully Wilson Sears is going to be like, because she is next in line to be the governor of Virginia, but apparently to people on the far left, apparently that's not good enough. That she can't be Republican. She has to be Democrat. That's one thing I always freaking hated when I first woke up from this freaking political BS that they had going on.
Yeah, I would think that people like would be excited on the far left because they always say we need
representation.
They always keep saying people of color need to be in office. Okay, we're trying to elect these people. They just happen to be Republican. You keep saying we need people of color. Okay, they're running as Republicans. Oh no, not those kind of people. We need these kind of people. It's
those type of people are white man in blackface, bruh. That shit that gets on my damn nerves. How people like it's the same thing. Like it's what they did with freaking Larry Elder. You had all these people coming out in support of this white guy, but then when it came to Larry Elder, they said Jory was like, Larry Elder being the new governor of California gives me nightmares. Like, bitch, who the fuck is you? You don't even live in California.
I mean, for that governor's election, I actually was like, Kevin Paffrath seemed like a really cool guy. And he has this whole YouTube channel. So I was like, I like Larry Elder, but I'm gonna support Kevin Paffrath.
Right.
But I was just like, but even then, I was like not, unrealistically thinking like, kind of like what Educated One said. A lot of the Republican people, and even after this recall election in California. After Larry Elder, yeah, he was in first place for the votes, but he didn't at all. There was no budge in the yes, get rid of what's his face, Newsom. A lot of people on the right that voted for Larry Elder are saying, yeah, this state's lost, we're leaving.
Yeah, and not mention that you had a lot of these people on the right that was on social media saying, yeah, we need to get rid of we need to get rid of Gavin Newsom, but then you had nobody big backing him up. You ain't have, I mean, you may have had Sean Hannity, but that was it.
He had Chuck Norris.
but you ain't had Candace Owens. You ain't had like a lot of people that was big that was like big on the right. You ain't had like none of these guys on the freaking in California trying to help out this guy. Not even in the Republican Party. Even the false from Mitch McConnell. This guy didn't come out in support of Larry Elder. Mitt Romney didn't come out in support. Dan Crenshaw didn't come in support. The only person that I did see was Joe Rogan. And this guy's not even in the House or the Senate.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's actually a Democrat too, so it's like interesting.
Exactly.
Well, Joe Rogan's now living in Texas, so that's.
So I'm pretty sure he's more moderate than Democrat.
Yeah, he's definitely moderate, and that, in fact, he's like, even though he still says, oh yeah, I'm still listen. He's still, I don't think recently he's been saying talking a lot of trash about the Democrats, which basically makes people think, are you a Republican now? It's like, you can still trash your own party and still be like Joe Manchin. He's still a Democrat. Yeah, and he's like going after the Democrat Party. So
Joe Manchin was actually one of those guys on the Democrat side that I was behind of before he turned independent. Because this guy was like, I'm not about to help y'all put the United States people in a more bigger inflation than where we are now. Like the freaking mandate that Joe Biden put in for the private businesses and small businesses with 100 people. Joe Manchin's like, I'm not voting for that. I'm gonna vote against it. And now yesterday the bill passed and said like 52 to 46, I think it was.
52-47, yeah.
Yeah, 52-47. People voted to not mandate those policies and get rid of them in general. And you had Joe Manchin and who's that? Who was that other that one chick that's usually vote with Joe Manchin? Joe
Kirsten Sinema of Arizona.
Krista Sinema.
But she voted in favor of the mandates. It was actually John Tester of Montana that voted with Joe Manchin to get rid of the mandate.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But these mandates are apparently not gonna be permanent. Hopefully not. Because we already see New York City, right? New York City, all these freaking rates that's going on. They want to be like, these mandates are good, but then they realize people died. People perished from the virus more in 2021 than 2020, and we got 2-3 vaccines. And remember when Joe Biden said, all these people that died under Trump, he should resign. And when that one reporter from Fox News called him on it, Jan Psaki said, said something like what about Trump saying something about ingesting bleach, something like that.
Oh, they try. He jokingly said to like one of the old doctors, like, "Oh, we should look at bleach and stuff." And the media's like, "Oh, he's saying everyone should drink bleach." It's like, no, that's not what he's saying.
Right.
Like he was just joking around. But no, I hear you. It's like when, during the election cycle, the media and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were saying like 100,000 people have died under Trump in just 1 year. These are all his murders. He murdered all these people. He should resign. And now more people have died from COVID under Biden, and they're silent.
Where we at right now? 800,000?
Yeah. But more people have died under Biden because of COVID than Trump. And yet those same people that were saying, like you said, Trump should resign because of all these people who've died, which is tragic. It's sad that all these people that have died from COVID. But now all of a sudden Biden doesn't have to resign, and all these people, well, that's because people are not taking the vaccine. Now hold on.
Ain't 72% of the U.S. population vaccinated though?
Oh, there's an increasing number of people who are fully vaccinated that are actually dying from COVID. So it's like,
they're actually trying to change the term for vaccination. So now, now you gotta get 2 jabs and then two booster shots, or 2 or 3 booster shots.
Now, if they want to come out say this is going to be like the flu, where everyone's going to have to get a yearly like shot or whatever, that's one thing. But they don't want to come out and say that.
You know. Here's the thing. That's my opinion. That'll be just fine. You ain't gotta push this stuff down people's throats. Just let people make their own decision.
Yeah, but again, it's like if you want, because it's most likely going to be this, because they have no clear destination over how they want to do this. If their goal is to say we should not have one person die of COVID, then we're never going to get there. And that's the thing. It's like, I want to understand Biden. You said you could control the COVID, like whatever. You said you could control COVID. What is your plan? My plan is not one person die of COVID. That's impossible. What's the next plan?
He never had a plan in the first place.
I understand that, but it's just like someone should go up to him and it's like, what is your goal? It's like, but no one's going to do that besides that one Fox News reporter.
I mean, if Blaze TV or even the Daily Wire could get in that freaking White House, it might be more pressure on the Jan Psaki, but I know that's not going to happen.
Well, wasn't InfoWars in the press room at one time?
I don't really pay attention to InfoWars,
No, I don't pay attention either. I just remember like when Trump became president, I think InfoWars got a press pass at one time. But no, it's like I remember what you said earlier though. It's like you don't think Biden's going to make it through the rest of his term.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. At first I was like, no, if he doesn't pass away, he's going to finish the term. But I have come to this conclusion. If 2022, if the Republicans not only take the House, but they also take back the Senate, which the Senate I think is a little bit more important because Democrats already are basically conceding that they're not going to win back the House. So they're putting all their chips on in the Senate. And if the Republicans can take back both chambers, then I bet Joe Biden will most likely resign.
He'll resign. He'll get impeached. One of the other. But it's not.
I don't know about impeachment, but I do see if the Republicans take back the House, depending on whatever its establishment or populist Republicans, much like how these Democrats are trying to kick Republicans off of committees, I bet these Republicans will come back for blood and say, okay, remember all those times you were kicking us off committees? Okay, Ilhan Omar, you're kicked off the committee. AOC, you're kicked off the committee.
Which I'm hoping for. Both those idiots, along with that one other chick that was with them that I don't know. I keep on forgetting.
Bush.
Yeah, Corey Bush. All those need to die. So them.
Not only that, Eric Swalwell, he slept with a Chinese spy. Kick him off.
Like I said, man, the whole rules for thee, not for me, people, man. It's just really annoying at this point. Like, we can't have like a honest discussion, especially like here's the thing, people actually want to have discussions. Like, I know Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, they want to have like some conversations or debates with people on the left that oppose them. But then when the left says, yeah, we need to have some honest discussions, when they get invited to some of these people's shows, they're like, no, we don't want to have a discussion with you. So what point are you willing to have discussion, when it's on your terms or my terms? Because it definitely ain't gonna be your terms.
Yeah, and not only that, but if we have this debate, okay, who's going to be the moderator? Well, it's going to be my best friend who just happens to be the chair of the Democrat Party. No, we're not doing that.
Right.
Like that was a thing. But let me ask you this: do you think Ben Shapiro should run for office?
Hell no.
He should just stick to what he's doing.
He should just stick to the reporting, going to colleges and having conversations. That's all he should be doing. He's not really a person that I could see running the country. He
would just talk too fast and people would.
He would just. Yeah, man. A lot of people didn't see Trump as a big candidate either. But you know, this guy was a businessman, so he knew what he was doing. So what he was doing, and regardless of what some people say, you know, the United States is a business. We here to make sure like our people can have jobs. They have some some money so they can have some place to sleep and stuff like that. And a lot of people just don't want to take that into factor. The United States is a business. You got to take care of your business. And right now, Joe Biden is not really taking care of his business.
Mm.
That's just how I feel about it. I don't know how everybody else would feel about it.
Well, in my opinion, the government needs to. If the government could step out of its own way, get out of its own way, then the country would be a lot better.
I agree.
If Joe Biden gets out of his own way, the country will be a lot better. Obviously, we need government to take control of stuff like the border, to take control of the military, to deal with situations. But it's funny how Biden kept preaching about how he has the foreign policy experience, so he knows what to do and what not to do. And now there's rumors about us going to war with China and Russia.
Which we're gonna lose that shit. We're gonna lose.
I think we have a shot against China, but I've seen the way those Russians train.
But China has the big. Doesn't China have the biggest freaking military in the world right now?
They have the biggest population in the world, yeah.
Mm.
So they have the manpower to just keep throwing it. But we also have the best Navy and Air Force in the world. So we don't have to keep, throwing. We don't have to throw bodies like China would. We have the bombs and everything, so we can deal with that. But Russia, man, Russia is a different monster from China.
I got it. What is it? Is there like a clip on YouTube or something like that where it show you the?
Remember when the U.S. military came out with the that recruiting video of that girl saying like, my two moms, and I did this because I joined the military because I wanted adventure.
No,
and then they compared it to a Russian recruiting video, and it's like this guy waking up in the middle of the night, putting in bullets in a gun, and he's like,
"No, I ain't see that. No, I ain't see that video. I gotta see that."
Yeah, it's like I think the Daily Caller did a video like comparing Russians recruiting video to America's recruiting video, and how America is trying to be like, oh, the army, we're inclusive, we care about people, and we're all this, and Russia's just like, we will crush the enemy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did see that one video of that female drill sergeant and all the guys wearing skirts while they was doing drills and something like that. Yeah,
Malcolm X and MLK. It's like, I don't know. I think I don't want to, like, obviously I'd stick up for my country no matter what. I obviously want my country to win no matter what.
Right.
But it's just much like how he said he would not sell a single weapon to Saudi Arabia, and now he's doing it. I have a feeling that Joe Biden's not the best foreign policy communicator that he built himself up to be.
Didn't Joe Biden just get into a phone call like Ukraine?
Yeah, he supposedly talked to Putin for like 2 hours about the Ukraine situation.
And then Trump got impeached for that very same phone call.
Oh well, I guess it's not about, oh, do you want to help me with this whatever. I guess it's like, I think Putin, as soon as Putin put the phone down, he looked at his generals and they just started laughing. They're like, this is the guy that I have to deal with? This is easy.
I believe he did, bro. Joe Biden this guy's fragile. He's weak. Like, for real, people literally think that he's a handsome, strong person. Like, bro, what are y'all seeing that I'm not? Because if you guys are actually paying attention, this dude's dementia is getting to him. Like, this dude has severe brain damage, and you guys are just pushing him to the limits. You guys are, see, like I said, man, they call they call libertarians and conservatives inhumane for the whole border crisis that happened during Trump. But then they put a freaking vegetable in office.
Well, let me ask you this: would you prefer to have the vegetable, or would you prefer to have Kamala Harris?
I would have neither.
Well, I know, but if Joe Biden goes and Kamala's still there, she would become president.
This is already some anticipation about that. We fucked either way.
Until Joe Biden and his brain comes out and says, "Oh yeah, like Kamala, she's gone. Pete Buttigieg is now my new VP," or whatever. But that has to be approved. That has to be approved by the Senate, though.
I bet you would. I bet you when that happens, the whole freaking woke mob is gonna come out to Joe Biden and call him racist. If they don't, then they'll just show their own true colors. Like that.
Man, even the woke mob doesn't even like Kamala Harris, really.
And it's the thing. They say representation. You got all these pro-black people, quote unquote, behind Kamala Harris. She not. I'm telling you. I'm gonna say this till the day I die. She's not black. Her birth ticket says Caucasian. How the hell could she be black and her birth certificate says Caucasian?
Is it like a Sean King situation?
It is literally a Sean King situation. It's the same damn thing, except she has a vagina.
Not only that, but how can you stand there and say, "Yeah, I support I was the Attorney General of California, and I support my record," and that same record is locking up innocent people.
Black people.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. People ignore that little fiasco, saying, "Hey, at least it's not Trump."
Well, this is the thing. It's like in 2020, obviously, I was a supporter of Trump and I wanted Trump to be the nominee, but I was looking at Democrats on the other side, being like, okay, if Trump were to lose to one of these Democrats, who would I personally like? I don't agree with her on a lot of domestic policies, but Tulsi Gabbard was the one Democrat I was like, hey, I like her.
I agree. And he should have picked Tulsi Gabbard, but apparently she was too moderate. They wanted somebody that was far left.
Not only that, but they picked someone who got her ass kicked by Tulsi Gabbard in the debate.
For real, that's what amazes me.
That was the thing, though, when Kamala Harris dropped out and when Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren dropped out. I remember there were news stations saying, wow, now there's no women running for the Democrat nomination. What have we become to? And Tulsi's over there like, hello, I'm still running for president. Like, no one's here. It's like, again, I don't agree with her on a lot of domestic policies, but I think Tulsi would have been a really cool person to have as the nominee. I still most likely would have voted for Trump if it was her versus Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tulsi became president, I wouldn't be as upset as I was when Joe Biden became president.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hurt a lot of people, especially now. I know a lot of moderates would be saying, yo, the reason that we didn't vote for Trump is because, you know, his way that he's on social media, Twitter, and the way that, you know, he handled the whole COVID thing. But what could he do for real?
Well, here's my thing is, could Trump have shut up once in a while? Absolutely. But for the people that voted for him, and then all of a sudden they come back and say, yeah, his rhetoric is so bad. It's like, then why did you vote for him? What did you find interesting in him the first time? Was it because it was Hillary Clinton on the other side that you voted for him? Which that's an option. But I'm just saying, it's like, yes, there's a time and place for someone to be called out in public, and especially if it's from the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also Trump's way of, you know, you're going to come at me, I'm going to come at you twice as strong.
Which which I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with. You know, you can't be buddy with everybody. You can't be all friendly. That's one thing I never got with some people. They want to say, hey man, he's a figure, so he should be more friendly. No, the fuck you can't. If
someone's calling you a white supremacist, calling you all these names, I wouldn't want to be friendly with them.
Exactly.
Can I work with them in a sense of getting legislation done? Sure, but would I bring them to the White House and say, hey, do you want to, you know, have a cheeseburger with me? No.
That's like I don't know, man. It's just how it is with politics nowadays. Everything has to be a certain way. You can't think outside the box, which is why I'm glad that, you know, some people on the right or some people who are libertarian, they are creating alternatives for the freaking mainstream, for these mainstream outlets, trying to build more competition. Hopefully it works out. It really does.
Yeah, and I hope it works out too. I don't know. It's politics, as it's always said, politics is a messy business. And I certainly hope in 2022 we get candidates that are 100% real and not fake ones like the guy in Arizona.
Yeah, like I said, man. Herschel Walker, Vernon Jones, I'm all for it, man. I really am. Hopefully, Vernon Jones does get in the primary, and hopefully Herschel Walker does become like a big candidate for Senate, and get freaking Ralph Warnock the hell up out of there.
I can see Herschel Walker winning, but it's like those same voters have to come out for, because if Brian Kemp's the Republican nominee, no matter how you feel about it, he's still better than Stacey Abrams.
Ain't anybody is better than Stacey Abrams though. Like that whole,
yeah, I know,
that whole freaking voter legislation thing that she's campaigning on. Like, bro, she's literally in a state where there's a huge city called Atlanta where the black population is number one, and there's black businesses all over the place, and she's pushing this whole idea that we are so damn incompetent. We don't know how to get the right IDs. We don't know how to get homes. We can't get our own businesses. We can't do any of that. This is why I freaking hate Stacey Abrams. She's pushing this false narrative on black people that we are so damn incompetent. We don't know how to live a normal life.
Yeah. Yep, and it's up to, because I guess you live in Georgia, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm like 20 minutes away from Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm in Detroit, so I got my stuff here. But yeah, it's just Vernon Jones. The last time I looked at the polls, ever since David Perdue's running, it's like Vernon Jones is becoming an afterthought. So it's looking like that right now.
Man, it sucks, man. It really does.
But hey, as long as if it's Brian Kemp, it's Brian Kemp. We may disagree, just like how people don't like Greg Abbott in Texas. Yeah, Greg Abbott has cozied up to the big tech industries to get him to come to Texas, but he has been pretty sound on a lot of conservative policies. So not every now, if you had a Republican like Phil Scott of Vermont, 100% get him the hell out of there. If he's like in a state like Georgia, get him the hell out of there. But those are liberal Republicans in very liberal states. Me and you, we're in, I guess what can best be said as swing states now. Georgia, I'd say, is more Republican still,
right,
but we'll see what happens with it. But my state is a swing state. And if I can do my best to get someone like James Craig, former police chief, into the governorship, get Gretchen Whitmer out of there, I'm happy as hell. She
needs to go. Same thing with Gavin Newsom. They both need to go. The fact that Gavin Newsom survived that recall is just baffling to me.
Well, to me, that's just a sign of like, okay, people in California chose their path.
They chose their fate,
and that you chose your path. Good luck to you. And I don't want to say there should be a mass exodus from states, like, Republicans should do a mass exodus and leave certain states, because most of them can't leave the state because some of them are in poverty. They can't leave.
Right.
But I guess California, they're saying, okay, we're going to become an abortion sanctuary. We're going to use our tax dollars to fly women who want to have an abortion to California and stuff like that. It's like states like that. I don't care if I'm literally going to be starting with $2 in my pocket. I would immediately move and go across the border and live in like some shack in the middle of Arizona or Nevada.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Right.
That's my suggestion, but this is also coming from someone who's living in Detroit. So
yeah. What can I say, man? Like this guy keep on living life, man. That's all I gotta say about that. But man, I appreciate you coming on. The same to you, HK1. I appreciate y'all coming on. I'm gonna go ahead and end this little chat right here. Try to get some more talking points in this live stream.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Hopefully,
we
get
appreciate talking to you.
Yeah. Same.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Yeah. Yep, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Hold on a second. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. And hope I'm gonna try get back on tomorrow. And I'm gonna check you out in the next one, man. I'm out here. Hopefully y'all have a good